What is up? I'm Lockdown. Today we're breaking down my new record with Marnage called No More, featuring the amazing Veronica Bravo, which is out now on Symphony Records, the label that's about no rules, no boundaries, and just good music. Today we're going to run through the massive stack of leads, the break elements, the vocals and its processing, and some other little bits and pieces. So stick around to the end so you can unlock some new secrets. Straight off the bat, we're going to go into this break and open up this lead column. We've got serum patches going. Here is a little bit of a mid-side splitter rack that I made myself, cutting off the side information, cutting off everything below 100 hertz and dipping it down a tad, and the mid information having a little bit of a boost in the 1K mark and a little bit up top too. I've also got these little cool zip sweep array things, I like to call them. We've got some chords layered underneath, so we've got some stabs. This really cool sounding super saw was created with this trusty Virus TI. Super clean. We've got an effects layer that's just a reverse and a sweep of that same synth. We've got a big festival kind of sounding super saw. And then also we've got an attack layer just to really give that punch and that flick to each note. So all together, the chords and the leads. Under all this, we've got some basses going. Bit of a Reese pad. We've got a mid bass. We've got a sub layer. Obviously a mono, another mid bass. Bit more of the up end crispiness stuff to give that some presence. All the basses together. So the basses and the leads together sound like this. In the drops we've got a white noise supporting the lead just to get it to cut through the mix a bit more. Quite subtle, quite hard to hear, but it does make a difference. Just gives that little bit more crispiness on top. More in the break, we've got some Rhodes with this auto pan that's going across. Yes, I've named it Rave Culture Slow Pad, just inspiration from some of the pads that come from Rave Culture tunes. They kind of sweep across and it gives it a bit of like a dreamy effect. Different frequencies are crossing over speakers and it's quite cool. We've got a choir stem. Quite clean, I love this one. On top we've got plucks crossing over speakers, left, right. It's all about having that ear candy difference to make the listeners go, We've got this cool little trumpet layer. Now this is something I'm pretty proud of. I like this quite a bit. I've programmed this guitar with Kontakt. I think the key with this sort of stuff is when you program MIDI notes, try and emulate how the real instrument will sound. So every note's a little bit different. Some are the same, but see this high F sharp is hitting later than this F sharp and this D sharp here. Normally that's how it's humanized. Some are a bit more tighter to really enforce a chord. And then you've got these ones here that hit like a bit of a sweep. I don't know, I think this is a really cool element that was added in and kind of gives a bit of a medieval type of vibe. But I just think it's quite nice to have on top. So all together, what we've just heard, let's listen to that break. The drums are quite simple in this record. We've got your standard claps, classic big rim snare, got some builds. Good old Cashmere build. Let's quickly go over the kick and bass. We've got a bit of a fake drop here in the drop one. 3 layers. We've got a little talk layer. Got this hardstyle layer. Taking the transient off it just to give it that last little tail, and we've got this filling in all the gaps. That's a bit of the undertones all together. And it's topped off with Endless Smile, giving that effect. The intensity is rising as it's going on. Just to loosen it up quite a bit, and then the real drop hits. Like, so this drop here got a bit of an attack, got a bit more of a clubby kick, and then it's using a bit of a laser effect together. Also got a bass, and then a cool little thing here. I've crossed the stomp and something else, and I've panned it. As you can see, if you watch down here, it pans left and right. So, not much, but it gives it some ambience, fills in some frequencies, and gives a cool effect. Crossing over to the next part of the drop, we've added this bit more of a hardstyle kick. Real powerful. For that drop, we've got a screech. Second part of the drop one, bring the synths in. That melody is just absolute fire. So let's move on to the vocals. Veronica did an amazing job with these vocals. They're just so crisp.
I don't wanna I'm sorry, I can't take it.
When I first heard these, I just instantly fell in love with them. I just thought these are amazing. Just the lyrics, the tone of her voice is quite amazing.
Sorry that I can't take your calls no more. You can leave a message after the tone is.
I would like to go over some of the processing. So I've just compressed it.
Sorry that I can't take it.
Really take those peaks down quite a bit. Taken the lows out and dropped some of the mids. Give a bit more of an airy sort of effect on her voice. Multiband compressed. Raise the highs up. I've used this Pitch Monster plugin. Use double tracking preset, and I think it makes a difference. It just spreads it out quite a bit, and it just sort of completed it. This is my reverb chain that I've just made with different things. Got an EQ, just making sure the lows are gone. Small delay, 4.4%, so not much. And then I've added a reverb to this. Classic parallel processing, Valhalla Room. This is not typical, but I've also added the mid-side splitter, taken out some of the highs in the width and the lows, obviously, because we don't want lows in the width, and also cut some more off. So this is just affecting the reverb and how the reverb sounds. So it cleans it up quite a bit. Also, obviously, we've sidechain compressed the reverb to itself, as in the vocal, just to give it that ducking effect. Also added a clipper on, just to really just touch those peaks up here. It could probably come down a bit more, but I felt this suited the track right. Also added another multi-band compressor. Didn't really touch anything, but just dropped the output. Now over here under the chords, we've added in this cool chirp. And then also as well, can't forget the effects, sweeps. Now, under the whole track, I've frozen a bit of the vocals and smashed it with some reverb, printed it out, and I've got this. Just to have that tone running through the whole break, and it just kind of, I don't know, it kind of creates a landing pad for the vocals, in my opinion. Again, using multi-band auto perm. Play the break without the vocal. As you can hear, that ambient effect just has a nice little, it's a nice touch. Now just fast forwarding over to drop 2, it changes up quite a bit more of a heavy, hardstyle, festival type of vibe, a lot of power. This is it for this one. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Timmy Trumpet and the Symphony team for all the amazing support on this one. I had so much fun creating this record with Marnage. They've done such an amazing job. If you've not heard this record yet, the link will be below, so go and have a listen. Also, don't forget to click the thumbs up. Also hit that bell, so you're the first one to see all these little secrets I use to create my tracks. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.